Well, good morning, everybody, and happy Saturday. And boy, let me tell you. Oh, and look at that, it loads just in time. I was just going to say, the simulator has given me so much trouble this morning. It is absolutely ridiculous, and I have no idea why. Absolutely no idea why. I went to go load up the PMDG 737-700 as shown here, and like, look at it. It's like all frozen up. So I have been trying to fix it since today began, and as you can see, it's clearly messed up here. So one thing I can try to do really quickly is go to the aircraft selector and do something quickly, because for whatever reason the PMDG, like I said, is giving me some trouble. So let's see if we can't reload the airplane very quickly using that menu, and hopefully the simulator doesn't freeze and crash out on us. Finally got the A319, nice. Big Bendis, what's up, man? Foot, what's going on? You know, simulator troubleshooting. For whatever reason, it's giving me an issue, so we'll see if I can't get this fixed. Yeah, and a CTD. Lovely. Good lord, man. I don't understand. So let me tell you what happened. I installed, well, no, I didn't even, so I attempted to install the FTSIM sound pack for the 737 that just got updated, and I went in and tried installing it, and I noticed that the engine sounds weren't working, so I was like, shit, alright. So obviously something's not working, so I went and noticed that FTSIM, his instructions are just to install his sound packs are incredibly shitty. He doesn't tell you how to install the things correctly. He tells you to move the entire sim objects folder from the download section over to the folder. However, when you do that, it takes the entire aircraft out of the aircraft lineup, out of your hangar in general. So I know enough not to do that. So I tried to install the sound. Like I said, no sound upon load, so I went and looked, and his instructions were incorrect as to the name of the file. When you update the layout.json file, the name of the file of which in his instructions that it's asking you, well, that the simulator needs to look for, wasn't correct. So I had to change that, and then once I changed that and updated the layout, the 737-700 disappeared from my hangar altogether. It just wasn't there. Oh, wonderful. So I had to go back to the PMDG website and get the install exe again and reinstall the 737-700, and that was the first time it was loading right there, and of course it loads in and it looks like that and everything was frozen. So we are going to run it back and hopefully get some results here. Casso, hello, welcome. Burner, what's up, man? What's an add-on airliner you recommend looking for a new plan? Aerosoft CRJ. It's a great one for sure. And then, of course, the PMDG series. I mean, as far as airliners go, there's not really too much out there. I mean, I hear that the BAE 146 is absolutely great as well. So yeah, I mean, any of those options would be good for you. I'm just really hoping that the simulator comes through for us this time around and quits giving us trouble, because for whatever reason on this Saturday morning, it's not being cooperative at all. And I think that's what I get really for scheduling a stream last minute. Busy weekend, wasn't sure what time I was going to be able to get to stream today. So, it really came in last second. Really wish the CRJ wasn't $50. Yeah, man, good add-ons are expensive. A good add-on, a good payware is expensive. especially when you expect study level quality out of an airliner for sure. And now the simulator just isn't even moving in the main loading screen. Hey, there it goes. Finally, it's awake. Got a joke for today? Nice. PMDG has good sounds already. Yeah, I mean, it lacks certain low spools. It lacks certain sounds that the FT sound pack gives it. So we're not going to reinstall it. We're obviously just going to use the stock. How do Airbus pilots eat the rigs without the yoke? Dad joke of the day. Yeah, no, I've been using the FT sims for quite a long time. So it kind of just adds on to the it kind of just adds on to what already exists for the PMDG 737 sounds, in my opinion. It adds a couple of more sounds in there from when the engines are at idle. That like whooshing. Oops, that's not the airport we need. The like that whoosh sound. It kind of adds that to it a lot better than the default. All right, fly. Let's see how we do. With the CRJ 900 work without the 500 and 700? No, you need to have the base. You need to. I would just get the whole pack, man. It's $70, but it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. I mean, yeah, it's pricey, but I mean, it's one of the best simulations that Microsoft Flight Simulator has to offer as far as airliners are concerned. Hey, look at that, a much faster load. That's cool. Ready to fly. Why do we look like this, dude? What is the deal? Wait, what the Like, why is all of our controls turned cockeyed? Like, come on, man. Like, why? You can't click on anything. Dude, this is just the cheeks. The absolute cheeks. Ridiculous, man. Uh, Let me try another livery. Maybe it's the livery screwing things up. Let's see. Love the videos, man. I was watching your 78710 live stream before. Keep up the grind. Will do, Samuel. Appreciate that, my friend. Even though that landing, man, was whoo. That landing was sketchy, let me tell you. All right, we have another version of this livery right here. Let's try to load this up and see if we have good luck with this one. If not, I don't know what the deal's going to be. What gate am I using? I think that was 17. Even if you pay for it, your parents will be mad. Yeah, I think, parents will see, or people in general. Why doesn't the 777-200 not have American Airlines? I don't know. But yeah, no, I completely understand. Foot, I hear you, buddy. I'm trying to get the simulator sorted first, bud. Trying to get everything working. And yeah, look, dude, what in the world? What is this ridiculousness, man? I'm at a loss for words, to be completely honest. Why none of our liveries are working. So let's see. Try loading a panel state. It won't even let me click the FMC on. Nothing is clickable at all. So we're gonna get it working. We're gonna keep with it and see why all of a sudden the PMDG is just being an asshole. Excuse my language. All right, well, let's try this then. So those are all, this is a PMDG livery right here, right from the PMDG Ops Center. Gate 17. Let's see. What do we get? Because I'll uninstall the entire thing, remove it completely, and then reinstall it. Because I didn't do that. I used the repair option. I didn't uninstall. Have I done a 777-300 ER flight? Not the 300, the 200. We've done the 200 a few times, but that That airplane leaves a lot to be desired. And look at that. Okay, lovely. Let's see if the 800 is going to work for us, folks. If the 800 has that same problem, then I'm going to go with PMDG is just messed up in general. So let's go with the 8. That means I'm going to have to make a change to the title before someone comes in here and goes, the title says 700. You know that's going to happen. All right, here's the 8. Let's give this a go. And really, the reason why I'm doing this, guys, is just so I can troubleshoot my problems now, so I don't have to deal with this later. Just use the A321? Nah. I want to use the Boeing today, guys. Is the 700 only available in Premium Deluxe or Deluxe Edition? The 700 isn't available by default. It is a payware aircraft, my friend. The 737-600, 700, 800 should have a discount if you have 1 or 2 of the models. Yeah, I agree. And... oh, look at that. It started out the same way. I think that may fix it. So bear with me one more time, guys. We're going to exit out one more time. We're going to go back to the 700 and see what happens. We're going to go back and see what happens. Because I really like the 700. That's what I wanted to fly today, was the 700. Now, see, it looked like it did before. Everything was kind of stuck the way that it was. It just almost seems like that the 700 isn't loading the panel state. That's what it seems like the problem is. It boots in, and then it's not loading the panel state that we have selected for whatever reason. 700 liveries. Go back to this. It boots up, no problem. Here's Midway, gate 17, set as departure, fly. Let's see. Maybe that kind of will jumpstart things. As far as I'm aware how the PMDG systems work, they all feed off one file source. So if that one booted up, maybe it'll fix the 7. And if it doesn't, then we'll just say screw it and go to the 800 and I'll change the title. So, sorry everybody for the delay we are having here. I'm just trying to troubleshoot this as best as I can now, just so I can get a better understanding for what I'm going to be getting myself into later. And no. Set parking brake, wheel chocks in order to request ground services. Nothing's working here. Won't let me click on anything. I don't understand why the 700 is being so difficult. That's what I'm not understanding. Look, one of our rudder pedals is pushed all... it's like all of our controls are just very... I don't... What happens if we do... what is it? Shift E? Control E? What starts all the engines for you? Control Shift E? One of those, right? All of our engine switches are clicked all the way to the left. Yeah, this is just so weird. I don't quite understand. Don't quite understand it. The only thing else I can think to do would be to start on the runway and kind of force it into that panel state. Force the airplane to be running. And see if that'll help us. If it doesn't, then... alright. Let's just load on to 4 right. Just trying this again. This is the last attempt, guys, I promise. Then we'll go to the 8. Then we will go to the 8. But, you know, just trying to have fun with the retro Desert Gold 737-700 by Southwest, and this is the result of that. And it all started really when I tried installing the updated sound pack, and even when I repaired the entire thing. Okay, the aircraft is running. You can hear it. GSX is running now. We get any response? We do. But why is the why? Dude, this is so weird. I haven't seen anything like this since the FSX days, guys. I really haven't. It's the strangest thing. So 800 it is then. 800 it is. So give me a second. That means I have to update the title of the stream here. PMG 737 800. The thumbnail is going to be wrong, but oh well. All right. Well, going to the 8, which means I need to redo my sim brief flight plan. 800 liveries. Southwest. Gate 17. Gate B17. All right. Sim brief. Flight. Airframe. 800. All right. Well, at least this was working. Yeah. All right. So clearly, the Coltal. Oh, lovely. Now GSX is giving us a problem. All right. There's our flight plan. Got to get Volanta set up now. Quick Google says restart the stim or reinstall the plane. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I did a repair function on the aircraft, but I haven't. How long am I planning to stream? Oh, we got 3 legs today. 3 legs, so yeah, we'll be on it like 4 hours, probably 4.5 hours at this rate. Longer at the rate that we are going. Hold on, I gotta try to get the Cotel scripting engine restarted. I have to get Volanta all ready to go. Flight plan, checking sim brief. Now this is all stuff that I obviously do before before we start the flight here. How long's the first leg? About an hour and 10 minutes or so. Alright. Volanta's all set. Now let's get that Cotal scripting engine for GSX up and going. Cotal, however the bleep you say it. Start Cotal. There that goes. Let's come in here. General options, data, multiplayer on, client save, go back, resume. Good old GSX, yeah. Cotal scripting engine hasn't started. I disagree. Everything is giving us the problems today, huh? Nothing wants to work for us. Cotal scripting tray. Restart. Oh, we're getting some movements here. Okay, whatever. Whatever, we're in. We're not going to use GSX for the first one then. We'll just say, screw it. Jetway, you're going to connect at least to get somewhat realism? Yeah, you are. Okay. Let's get moving. Battery switch. On it goes. Emergency exit lights. Armed. Ground power connected. Alright, that's all looking fine. Come up here. Nav mode. Okay. What runway are we departing? We are going out on, I think it is 4 left. Enter IRS position. go. Let's take care of our fuel right quickly here. Amount of fuel we're taking with us on this first one is 15,820. Go, and our zero fuel weight is 135.7. Quite a heavy zero fuel weight. That's cool. 173 passengers. And okay, that should be good. Let's kind of wait for all of our stuff to get up and running here. Should be any moment. GSX, let's see if you figured yourself out yet. Nope, you didn't. Hey, alright. Airplane. Everything seems to be working. Everything looks okay. Alright. Alright. Awesome. Let's get moving, shall we, guys? Let's come down here to the FMC and officially get the flight plan all dialed in. Alright. So, starting midway, KMDW. Destination, KBNA. Our runway, like we said, is 4 left. Alright, flight number, WN. It's 126, right? Go. Click here. From there, we're going direct to KMSY. From there, we're going direct to Karen. Oh, geez, we got a Karen in the flight, everybody. From Karen, we are heading over to Sybil. SYBIL. From Sybil, we are heading direct to PXV. From PXV, we are going direct to Gumma. From Gumma, okay, and that's it. Now it's time to get our departure and our arrival all set. It's our direct departure from 4 left, so nothing we need to do. Let's come over to our arrival. We are going to land on runway 2C. We'll take the ILS for 2C. And we are taking the Rimmon 2 via the Gumma transition. Alright, lovely. Come over here to our legs. What's our cruising altitude? Cruising altitude is 32,000. Flight level 320. Oh. Why am I a random generated A320? I take it that's you right there. What aircraft are you using? I may not own the airplane of which you are using, or don't have it installed. That's probably the reasoning behind it. Oh, that's you, the A320? Gotcha. Alright, let's go through our plan very quickly. Let's step through these. Make sure we don't have any ultra strange dealios going on here. Of course, we gotta get rid of this vector. There we go. Get rid of any other discontinuities we might have. I don't see any. Alright, that's looking good. I'm happy with that, ladies and gentlemen. We'll come over here to route. We will activate that and execute it as well. While we are waiting, let's come over here and let's get our APU all fired up. We'll get our left aft fuel pump on. And we will bring the APU down to start. Go, the needle jumped, so the APU is going to get going for us. Let's get our perf in it done. Zero fuel weight, as we mentioned before, is 135.7. Our reserve fuel that we're taking along is 2.4. Cost index, 48. Cruising altitude 320. Cruise wind is looking like averaging 196 at 013. That's not bad. Happy with that. Execute that in. Come over here to our N1 limit. We will select this to 50. We will derate. Takeoff. We'll go flaps 5. Get our V speeds all plugged in here. Looks like we're rotating at 146. Let's get our CG percentage. Our payload, 19.4. 5.93 on the trim. Come down here and get 5.93 plugged in. Should I switch to a different gate? I'm not sure. 737-800, same type. How do you show name tags on Microsoft Flight Simulator? If you go into your options and you go into the traffic section, you should see something that says show traffic nameplates. And that's exactly what you'd want to be looking for. Alright, APU should be well fired up now. Let's get APU gens on. Let's get our APU bleed on. Let's get our packs on. And get this up to APU gen. Get our no smoking chime on. Seatbelts will go to auto. Okay. Cruising altitude, let's get that plugged in. Looks like we're 320 for the flight altitude. When I put departure, there are no like things. Not sure, man. Cruise winds around the OFP if you scroll down by altitude. It's, what was I going to do? Oh, yes. Our landing altitude. $600 feet. All right. Nice even number. Well, technically it's 599, but I rounded. 600. Lovely. All right. Looking good. I'm happy with that. Let's get our yaw damper on. Get our window heats on as well. Probe heats will stay off until push. Hydraulic pumps will stay off until push. And we are pretty much looking good to go. Let's come down here back to our FMC. Yep, that's looking nice. Okay. Alright, check our climb. Yeah, okay. Alright. Happy with that. Happy with that. Let's get ready to go. We gotta get our autopilot all set up here. Going up to 320 for the cruising altitude. Our runway heading is 047. Okay. And then V2 plus 10, 158. All right. Our auto throttle, our flight director's on. Auto brake set to RTO. Let's come down here. Let's get our transponder all set. Okay. Alright. So, I think we are pretty much good to go here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get our probe heats turned on as we are about to push. Let's get our packs off because we're about to start engines. Get our fuel pumps on. And GSX isn't started, so, right? Yeah. So we're going to have to push back using this thing, which can be a complete nightmare. pushing back into the left. That's nice and straight. Okay. Hit request pushback here. We're going to release our... Oh, wait, before we do any of that, don't forget, come over here, release our ground power unit, and remove our wheel chocks before we go any farther. Alright, release our parking brake, press hold, and we should start pushing. There we go. Beacon lights are going to come on, and engine number 2 coming to ground. N2 rotation, start valve open, N1, rising oil pressure, starting to build. 25% N2, we will introduce fuel flow and get over to the wing and have a listen. Alright, sounds like we have a good start of engine number 1. Let's come in here, let's go over top, let's get engine number, good start of engine number 2 rather, let's get engine number 1 over to ground. Ooh, our frame rate's chugging along. Start valve open, N2 rotation, N1 rotation, oil pressure, starting to build, and introducing fuel flow at 25%. Pilot, hello. Alright, sounds like we have 2 good engine starts. God, our frame rate, what is happening? Alright, let's set our parking brake. You know, we're in Chicago, so it's a pretty hefty area, and I'm only running 16 gigs of RAM, so probably the reason why. Let's get our gens back on. Let's get our packs back on. Isolation valve will come up to auto. APU bleed will come off. APU will come off, taxi lights will come on, hydraulic pumps come on, this will come over to gen, bring us down to standby power. Alrighty, awesome. Bring up our yoke here, flight control test. Rudders. Good. Let's come over here to our wing view. Let's get flaps to 5 degrees. I don't see you. Oh, you're on the right server, man? USA East. Alright, flaps to 5, and we should be good to go. The only thing I ask everybody is please, don't get in front of me like this. Let me take the lead and get in back of me, if you guys wouldn't mind. That's the only ask I have. Alright, we should be good to go. Let's release our parking brake, and let's get rolling. You're on USA East. Let's see if I can find it. Yep, I see you. You're right there, man. 737 Max. I mean, I don't have that installed, so that's why you're showing as a don't even know what that is, a bonanza. No, screw, hello, my friend. Too late to the gate, I'll hop on for the next leg. Alright, man. You can meet us there for sure. Continue the same flight, you'll come in just behind us. Remember, everybody, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button for me on this stream. And if you are new here, enjoying what you're seeing, enjoying the camaraderie, all of our struggles of getting the simulator going this morning, please hit that subscribe button for me as well and turn on notifications for the channel, so you'll be notified whenever I go live or post a video. First leg is taking us from Chicago Midway to Nashville, everybody. Nashville, Tennessee. From Nashville, we are going to New Orleans, and from New Orleans, we are going to Tampa Bay, Florida. Originally, we were supposed to be in the PMDG 737-700, but that airplane had other plans for us today, so it is what it is, right? Ain't much we can do about that sometimes, man. Ain't much. I'm in front of you, I can tell. Which one are we taking off? 4 left. Aviation memes, what's up, my friend? About 400 nautical miles cruising left, nice. Our frame rate is chugging. I cannot wait for a RAM upgrade. I have no idea. How long is this first leg? About an hour and 10 minutes or so, give or take. You mean 4 right? Nope, I mean 4 left. You're going to cross runway 4 right to get to 4 left up here. All the way to the end, we are going to cross 4 right up here. And this is why I ask that everybody please stay behind me and not in front for this reason. We are going to hold short before we get ready to go here. Is there any add-on scenery for Nashville? I believe there is. I do not know the developer right off the top of my head. That's the only thing. I do not know the developer. Alright, we are going to be quite far in front of the hold short marker here, but let's stop right here just for a second, and then we will get our landing lights on. Runway turnoffs will come on, strobes will come on as well. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Strobes will come on as well, and we are pretty much good to go here. What do you sometimes hold short and not? It's all about preference. Just finished flight planning and now going to taxi. My route, nice. You know, I was thinking about going to ISP, but today, but I decided to go this route instead. But yeah, as far as sometimes, you know, why do I stop short sometimes and why other times I don't? Like I said, it's just a matter of preference. Really. Alright. Let's go for it, everybody. Throttle levers up to 40. We should have been at 40 already, but oh well. And let's go Tokyo.
Airspeed's alive.
We should not have derated here. That wasn't a very good idea. I didn't take our runway length into consideration because this is going to get sketchy here.
B1. Rotate. B2.
Wowzer.
Positive rate of climb.
We made it. I did not take the short runway length into consideration, but we got up and out. Happened to me as well. Yep. Alright. Just like John Wayne, yeah. Flaps 1. Degrees. Just come off RTO. And flaps clean. Put live weather on. Oh yeah, that's not on, is it? Somehow, it's because I switched it off. Oh no, I have live weather on, dude. Yeah, it's on, bro. Why is your LNAV and VNAV not work? Usually, if your LNAV and VNAV isn't working, that's usually a telltale sign of, you need to put real time on. Guy. What's this say? Live. 10:48 a.m. Live weather. We are on live. So if your LNAV and VNAV doesn't work, that's usually due to something in the FMC over here not being set up correctly, either with your routing, and usually with VNAV, it's usually your perf in it. So if your performance isn't set up properly and your cruising altitude isn't set and any of this isn't set, then none of your LNAV or your VNAV definitely won't work. LNAV, usually just for that, you just have to have your flight plans put in and make sure that your IRSs are aligned appropriately up top, and you should be good to go on that. Who's K Daddy? I have no idea. I am there. Can you see me? Yep, there you are. I see you out there, my friend. Alright. So, we are just about to come past 10,000 feet here. Alright, there goes 10,000. Get our landing lights off now. Excellent. Reached acceleration altitude. Who's in front of you? That's you. Remember, everybody, if you are enjoying what you're seeing, please consider hitting that like button for me on this stream and possibly even becoming a subscriber. Would really, really greatly appreciate that. We are chasing 750 subscribers, everybody. 750. And we are on our way to Nashville. But, yeah, like I said, we are chasing 750 subscribers, everybody. We are currently sitting at 687. So we are getting closer and closer. Only 63 more subscribers left to go. So please, if you guys know, or if you guys don't mind, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Do I use SimBrief? Yes, I do. Alright, lovely. Lovely, lovely. Let's get some exterior views now. What speed are we cruising? I believe Mach 7.8. I can check in a couple seconds here. I can check in a couple seconds. What's Mach 0.78 in real speed? That is real speed, my friend. Mach 7.8 is our cruise speed. If you're talking about ground speed, or true airspeed, or indicated airspeed, which would be what would be in your speed tape, that's all dependent on your altitude. And if we're going to be cruising at 32,000 feet, it's probably going to be at like 290 knots or so. 290, give or take. And I'm just spitballing that number. It might be off, might be different. Right. And sorry that the thumbnail was looking different than the airplane that we are actually flying, ladies and gentlemen. We were attempting to fly the 737-700, but unfortunately that airplane had other plans for us. Unfortunately, the airplane did not cooperate. Sometimes you just can't control those things, so we had no choice but to switch over to the 800. But still a wonderful airplane, still a phenomenal airplane, still real-world Southwest operations. The only thing is different is the airplane. So these flights are being operated today that we are doing. I always make sure. We just passed 18,000, so we gotta come over here and get ourselves in standard. There we go. Alright, so we should be good for the rest of the flight here. How do I get to 400 knots so fast? I don't know, man. It's VNAV doing its thing. VNAV doing its thing, my friend. VNAV is VNAVing. Alright, let's get some tunes on, shall we? About 45 minutes to go on this leg, climbing up to 32,000 feet. And once we get the tunes running, I will get my charts all sorted for our arrival. Oh, that's not what I wanted. There we go. SimBrief put you at 16,000? Yeah, SimBrief has been doing that to me recently as well. One thing that you can do to counteract that is when you're looking at your flight plan, just scroll down to your altitudes and you'll see exactly what altitudes you need to be at. The altitude it gives you sometimes just isn't right. Don't know really what the reasoning is for it, I just think it's a SimBrief issue. But, no big deal. Can't wait for 750. Oh yeah, man. Getting closer and closer. Now we are only 62 away. 62 subscribers away, everybody, from 750. That's our next milestone goal. 750 subscribers. We'll be doing a big special for that one. We'll be doing group flights. Group flights indeed. Not sure. I'm pretty sure we're doing a long haul, so everybody who wants to join in on that very long group flight, you better have some endurance, man, and plan on it being a long one, because we're probably going at least 7 hours for 750. Head back to the flight deck really quickly. Everything's looking good. You're cruising? Nice. We still got about 9,000, 8,300 feet to go or so until we reach cruising altitude. We'll be at top of our cruise in about 40 nautical miles. And we will be starting our descent right around... We'll be starting our descent just... I want to say in between Sybil and PXV. Alright, heading to Nashville. Remember, next flight we are going to New Orleans. Heading to New Orleans indeed. Not sure what we're doing for stream tomorrow. Keep a lookout. That'll be scheduled by the end of this afternoon. Maybe we'll hop in the bus. Maybe we'll do some CRJ. I'm liking the CRJ, so maybe we will do some Air France hops action. Maybe we'll do some Iberia regional. Many different options there. when it comes to the CRJ, and that's one of the things I really love about it is the CRJ really opens you up to explore so many different airfields and so many different airlines and just bringing a different variety of airlines to the streams, and that was really one of my main reasons and my main desires behind acquiring the CRJ, was being able to have access to all of those routes. Definitely. Alright, we are only a few short 1,000 feet away from our cruising altitude. Very beautiful weather out here today. Looking absolutely stunning. Let's see what the weather at New Orleans is going to be treating us for. Or not New Orleans, Nashville. So, the weather in Nashville currently, and this was observed about 20 minutes ago. 63 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds coming in at 130 degrees at 7 knots. Visibility is greater than 16 kilometers. Cloud ceiling 21,000 feet above ground level. Broken clouds at 21,000 feet and broken clouds at 25,000 feet. No significant weather observed at this time. So, weather is looking good for Nashville. PMDG 737 just threw me into the ground once I switched on vertical speed. Oh boy. What waypoint are we descending? It's not a particular waypoint. We are going to be descending in between PXV. You can see our top of descent right up here, just after PXV. So yeah, PXV call it. You join up on the next leg? Alright, sounds good. Hey, remember everybody, if you are new here, this is a multiplayer journey today, so feel free to join us. You don't have PXV? Well, it's right here in front of us. Do I have Guma? Yes, yes we do. Guma's right here. It's our waypoint after PXV. You did the waypoints I sent you? Yeah, PXV is in that list, my friend. PXV is part of that flight plan. Are we going to use butter or lube for the landing today? A mixture of both. Buttery lube. Just reached our cruising altitude, everybody. Let's get outside. Lots of people in the air today for multiplayer. Lots of people. We have a 737-600 over here. Another Neo. F-18 out there, per usual. We have Rycraft over here. We have somehow Foot made his way all the way. Oh yeah, he's probably taking a different waypoint than us. Somehow his flight plan is a little bit different. Ninja Focus over here in the VL3, I don't even know what that is. We have a 777-300 over here. He's climbing. He is climbing like a mother hummer. Oh, look at that climb rate. Oh, he evened out now. Okay, did you guys see how fast he was climbing for a 777-300 at that altitude? Oh, now he's going down very rapidly. He's probably flying the Captain Sim 777, so that's not surprising that that's how that airplane would be flying. Yeah, TBM 930 over here. That's cool. Another 737-800. PTS-2. Not sure what that is. Is that the Pilatus? He doesn't even have an aircraft type over here. He's just at 10,449 feet. So very cool. Yeah, we are hoping for as butter as landings as we can today. Although it is Southwest, everybody, so no exact promises, okay? I can't make any perfect promises. I'm just sad that we couldn't get the 737-700 up and working. Very sad about that. There's just something I enjoy about flying the 700. It being a little bit shorter. Like I said, I'm a fan of the shorter variants of most airplanes, not so much longer. The 737-700 is a perfect example of that. The 600 is another fine example. And then even the 747XP is another one that I enjoy. Should you descend 50 nautical miles before Guma? Yep, that's probably about right where you want to be. So we are going to be at our top of descent in 150 nautical miles is where we are descending. So we still got a little bit to go here. But yeah, I would say 50 nautical miles before Guma would probably be about right. Depending on what version of the fly-by-wire you're using, well, actually no, you're probably in the Asobo A320, so there is no way. But the general rule of thumb that you see on Google would be to take your cruising altitude, move yourself over 3 decimal places to get yourself at 32, and then multiply by 3. And that's generally, at a 2,000 foot descent rate, at 2,000 foot per minute descent rate, and a 250 knot descent speed. That's generally what they recommend. We're obviously not doing that. We are just doing what our airplane is telling us to. And we'll be descending about 124 nautical miles out from Nashville. Everybody, if you haven't done so already, do me a favor. You'd be doing me a huge favor if you hit that like button for me. It's completely free. It doesn't cost anything to hit that like button. Same thing with the subscribe button. If you are enjoying what you are seeing, enjoying the stream, enjoying the hangout, please consider becoming a subscriber as well and turning on all notifications for the channel so you never miss a stream. Would greatly appreciate that, everybody. Really, I would. You would make my weekend. You would really make my weekend. We have a subscriber goal of 750 by the time, well, I mean, we don't have a date for which we want to meet that goal, but as soon as possible. And once we get to 750 subscribers, we will be having a long-haul celebration. It's going to be a big old group flight. Not sure on the route yet, or maybe even the airplane that we are going to be using. But more details on that the closer we get. Usually we will schedule the long haul subscriber specials the weekend after we hit the goal. So let's say we hit the goal on Monday, the stream will be the following the weekend, that same weekend. If we hit the goal on Saturday, well, because there's already probably going to be a stream scheduled for the next day, it'll be the weekend after that. So just to give you guys an idea. But we are so close, man. So close. Only 62 more subscribers needed. 62, everybody. Let's hope that the YouTube algorithm could possibly do the right thing for us and get our streams out to everybody. Get the YouTube algorithm going. Using Eurowings since you don't have any American Airlines? Gotcha. So I'm a little concerned, and the only reason, actually no, that's not too crazy. Never mind. I was gonna say I am a little concerned that we are only gonna have about 40 nautical miles to get down from 320 down to 230, below 230, as our constraint is suggesting here. But I think we might be able to make that. Gonna use a United Airlines 747-800 for the next leg. Nice. Should you use UPS? It's another good choice. A lot of good choices there. You'll do a 777-300 to go crazy? Yeah, go for it, man. We just did recently. What airline did we do? I forget. It may have been Delta, maybe not. I don't know. We did a 777-200 stream a couple weeks ago, and I found some 777 flights in between LA and, was it LA and Houston? I think, yeah, only about a 2.5 hour flight, and that's something that they operate. And from what somebody was telling me, that's probably because of aircraft maintenance. That's probably what that is. They fly that 777 2 hours for maintenance. Or I forget what airline that was that we did that with. Miami to LA, possibly. How far am I from you? Let's see. You were on our left-hand side earlier. I mean, you are out there. Trying to get a good view of you. I mean, I can't. Your aircraft model isn't spawning in, so I mean, I'm not really sure exactly how far away you are. Quirky Horizon. Uplift the Moon. Junior Swing. XX by XX, that is a 2003 name for sure. Anybody remember AIM? God, some of you guys might be too young for AIM. AIM. I have autopilot, so it's going in a straight line. God, AIM, man, that was... AIM was one of those things that was just kind of like, you get home from school, man, and you were like, I'm going on AIM. Doing runway 2C? Yes, 2 center. Correct, Geek, and welcome. Spent all day on AIM, yeah, man. I really got into it towards the later part of my younger years. You know, that was like 6th, 7th, 8th grade for me, so, you know, if we're going back in the amount of years, that was probably like 2005. Yeah, 2005, 2004, so that was towards the end. AOL at that point was really starting to... Is AOL even still a thing? Does Time Warner still own them, or they get bought out by somebody else? But yeah, man, AIM. That was the... Right after school, man, you go hop on AIM. You know when your friends would come on because you'd hear the knock? Then you'd be like, oh, a friend of mine came on. Let me go see who it is. And then you used to see 1 free month of America Online. You used to get all those CDs. They used to come on cereal boxes, a pair of shoes, you name it. Anything that you bought back in those days, you'd get 1 free month of America Online, man. That was... And then we had dial-up internet, man, and I remember my dad used to get so pissed at us. And not even... Well, I'd say both our parents used to get so pissed at us when, you'd be on the internet and they'd be expecting a phone call, and you'd be on CartoonNetwork.com playing an Ed, Edd and Eddy Flash game, or any of those Flash games that were on those websites, man. They had Miniclip.com, that was a good one. Addicting Games was another one, man. You had dial-up, yeah, man. Yeah, and then we had broadband at one point. Yeah, that was... I'll never forget my my grandparents. Now, I was close to being in high school at this point, or right around high school, probably 8th or 9th grade. So now, at that point, we're talking like 2008, 2009. And at that point, Wi-Fi was already the staple. And I'll never forget a day in my life. I went over to my grandparents' house, and they had a computer in their spare bedroom. It was a big old beige tower running like Windows 98 or Windows 2000, man. And they still had dial-up in like 2008, 2009. I remember being blown away by that, you know, and they barely used that computer, so it worked. And then eventually, I'm pretty sure whoever their provider was just stopped supporting dial-up altogether. That was a trip, man. Seeing that dial-up again was just kind of like, holy cow. That is pretty, that's something. The Stone Ages, man. Well, now that's considered the Stone Ages or the Dark Ages of video games and internet back in those days. But, yeah, man. Especially when it comes to video games, the first video game system I can remember from when I was a kid was the Sega Genesis. And my brother got it for Christmas or his birthday, something. And I can remember playing a couple of different games on it. Of course, we had Sonic the Hedgehog, you know, Sonic and Knuckles. Classic games. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, basically a Dr. Mario ripoff. If I remember properly. We also had a Wile E. Coyote video game as well. That game was hard, man. That game was difficult. But I have a little Raspberry Pi system where I can play all those ROMs on a little handheld. It's called a Retroid, and it's actually pretty cool. It's nothing like a Steam Deck or anything like that, or, you know, that new thing that came out, the Steam Deck. That apparently all the pre-orders for the Steam Deck are crazy. When shall we start descent? Well, we are starting our descent here in our airplane in about 23 nautical miles. So now that we are getting that close, let's take a look at our approach here. We gotta be at 2,500 feet. So we're just gonna set this to 250. Oops. Here we go. Now that that's plugged in, the airplane will start descending automatically once we hit top of descent. That scenery below us looks pretty good. I'm very impressed with the level of detail in this satellite imagery here in this part of the United States. Like, that's just fantastic. Even outside this view right here, once we get done with our turn, we should be able to see a good portion of it, and that just looks absolutely fantastic. Did you get the 737 MAX? Is it worth it? The one in the marketplace? I mean, I haven't flown it in ages. I bought it when I was on the Xbox back then. It's like I have no idea what the status of it is. But it's an A to B plane. If you're expecting study level like the PMDG, then you are out of your mind. But yeah, I mean, it might be. Yeah, I see that there. It just says Air Force Gray Apollo. He is at 76,000 and climbing. My goodness. He's climbing about 1,000 feet per second. Wow. What is he using? What's he in? He's got to be in that, it just says Air Force. How is he even getting his airplane to climb that fast? The only thing, well, if he's using slew mode, but I don't know, man. That's pretty crazy to me. You have a different route because of the ILS? I mean, I gave you my entire route, man. So, yep, but it would be different once we, depending on what approach you select. Alright, so this is what I was talking about here, where we have to get to below 23,000 feet. So this is a steep descent that the airplane is putting us in, obviously, here. But it seems to be doing all right. But descent has started, ladies and gentlemen. Down we go towards Nashville. Nashville, yes, Nashville. 23 nautical miles already for me. Nice. That was fast. Starting descent. All right. Using Euro wings dip. You said that before, Foot. I was thinking about doing some more American Truck Simulator at some point this upcoming week. Anyone Inertial Jungle? Yeah, I saw him earlier. Truck Sim is fun. Yeah, man, I had a good time with it. It's always a good challenge. I like it because it offers a good challenge, getting the trucks backed up into certain spots. But there was a few of those spots that they were asking us to back up to that were a little bit ridiculous. Quirky Horizon. that's a quirky username. I like that. Quirky Horizon. Kind of sounds like a weird boxer or a professional fighter's name. foot. You're already down there at 15,000 feet. Holy moly. Truck Sim is free on Xbox, is it? I don't have a wheel or anything like that, and honestly, I probably won't end up getting one. I don't play enough truck sims or enough vehicle, like road driving vehicle simulations to really necessitate getting a wheel and a setup. Farmer, hello! Just wanted to say hello, don't have time to watch today, but wanted to say hi and have a nice swipe. Thanks, Farmer, thanks for being here, my friend. Thank you for popping in. Always coming in to say hi. Enjoy the rest of your day, my friend. Hope everything is well with you. Have good landings? I'll try, man. Oh no! Well, I think we're about to have a CTD here, folks. Yep, we are frozen solid. Yep. That's... Well, we'll give it a second. Unbelievable, dude. Yep, that means that we crashed then. Absolutely unbelievable, man. Let me tell you. You switch views and it happens just like that. Just like that, man. It's absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable, let me tell you, man. It's the most frustrating thing on the face of the earth. Look at my task manager. It says that Microsoft Flight Simulator is still using up a good chunk of my memory. It says it's still running. It doesn't say it's frozen or anything like that. It doesn't say that it's not responding. So at this point, who the bleep knows what causes this? I mean, we can wait here for a second and see if it sorts itself out. I mean, what a shame. What a shame. I swear to God, if I go to my desktop and my computer tells me it needs another update and restart, because it seems like this only, like, the two times this has happened where I've just frozen, this is the third time it's happened now in the past couple of weeks. Every time this happens where I freeze, without warning, without the graphics card error, nothing, where the simulator just stops and doesn't shut down. Whenever I go to my progress bar for Windows, it says update requires restart every time. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to turn automatic updates off. Well, no, I don't even have automatic updates on. There's a notification that there's an update. So it says update and shut down. And every time this has happened here with this freezing, we've had a Windows update pending in the background, and my machine has updated Windows like 4 or 5 times in the past 2 weeks or so. So I'm not sure what the deal is here. I'm not sure if I have to call Windows. Maybe I'll write to Microsoft and be like, what's going on? Why is my machine updating every day and a half recently? Like, what's the deal with that? Alright, well, I'm not thinking it's going to come back, guys, so Let's close her down. Let's close her down, man. Boy, let me tell you, that sucks. Starting at Nashville, yeah, if I can suck the will out of my soul to continue. Man. Nope, no updates. So I guess that's not the problem. I really don't know what the problem is. Man, oh man. Imagine if the A380 came in, yeah. Well, at this rate, I am getting annoyed with all the things I was excited for this weekend. MW2 released, and it's pretty shitty, not going to lie. It looks like Activision set that game up to be paired with PlayStation very nicely, because Microsoft partnered with PlayStation, or Activision partnered with PlayStation for this new COD. And, yeah. Would you do a flight with your milestone subs if you get to that many? Yeah, man, absolutely. I mean, generally, you're talking like some kind of like members only type stream. I mean, I probably won't end up doing anything like that. You know, I don't want anybody to be felt like they're left out by doing something, by labeling it a members only flight or members only stream. I want everybody to feel like they can join at any time. I'm not really a big fan of segregating out viewers just because they can't afford to sign up for a $5 membership or something, you know? So, yeah. But, yes, the 750 special will be a multiplayer join me type flight. Jose, what's up, man? The pain, yes. Like I said, if I can suck the will out of my soul to continue here, we will. That's just unbelievable. Just no explanation. You just change views and it just stops. And that's what I don't get about it, man. Like what causes that? What causes it? Sim update 11 better have some gold in it, and it better fix a lot of these problems that have just plagued the sim recently. Ever since Sim Update 10, we never had these problems. I feel like we had a good couple month stretch there where we didn't have any crash to desktops, we didn't have any freezes, we didn't have any hardware issues. Sim Update 10 comes out and the sim has just been so unstable over the past month or so, and it's really unfortunate. And look at what it's doing right now. This happens every time I fly the sim when it loads up. Those panels don't change anymore. They stay stuck at like half faded there. Imagine you crash because the fly-by-wire was added. Yeah. And then see, it takes forever to load up here, and then we get the screens changing. Based on the morning I've had with the simulator right now, to be honest, I don't even feel like flying anymore. But we're going to. All right. Ridiculous. All right. Well, we will start right here, gate 29. Landon, what's up, man? We have good Wi-Fi, so loading in takes 30 seconds to a minute. Wi-Fi doesn't have any effect on loading the game when it's first starting. But once we get here, I mean, this loads generally pretty quickly. No, it doesn't foot. When the game first loads in right there, it doesn't. Okay. Maybe when it loads in here it does, but when it loads in initially from the launching the EXE, it doesn't. That's all hard disk and hardware and all that good stuff. What happened? We had a CTD. So let's see if well, GSX is back up and running at least. What gate again? 23, did we say? 23? And then around there. Alright, well, we gotta get our, what's the name? It's Mecha Gojira number 6611, number 6611. Well, let's go to SimBrief here and get everything all set up again. Let's go Mets 27. Yeah, no, man. You told me. Based on our messaging and everything. Are you in and around here yet? Crispy bullet. Alright. SimBrief is SimBriefing. Alright, that came up. Let's bring up Volanta now. Bring up Volanta, get that up all set, start a new flight. Add flight plan. Import from SimBrief. Is this Flight Simulator X? No. Alright, import from SimBrief. There we go. That's looking good. Flight briefing up. FSRealistic is not connected, so let's connect that.
FSRealistic connected.
There we go. That's what the description says? No, that's what YouTube says. That's what YouTube thinks this game is, but I can promise you, this is not FSX. That's just YouTube some reason. Fat wing. Yeah, I see your 748 right there in front of me. Alright, hold on everybody. I'm just getting everything loaded back up. Everything that we use to help us out here. Alright, getting a FlyLive all set to go now. WN126. God, I have a headache. Alright, that's all set. Let's get our charts all good to go now. This is really what that's what sucks when you have a crash a desktop, man. That's really what sucks. Is you have to get all this going again just to have no promises of having any success in the end. Airport. Rhythm, let's get our approach chart. Runway 11, yes. Less. Alright. That's good to go. We should be alright. So Southwest Airlines, yes, correct. Alright, well, let's get everything going here, shall we? Let's come up to the overhead. Let's get our battery switch on. This down to standby power. Let's get our emergency exit lights armed. Position lights are on. Let's get our ground power clicked in. And let's get our IRSs into nav. Alright. Come down here to the FMC. Let's go get our fuel all set here. According to our Simbri flight plan, we should be taking 15,609 pounds. And our payload, we should be 0 fuel weight of 129,190 pounds, so we'll just do 129.2. There we go. Alright, let's get our position all entered in here. There we go. Bring this over to route. What's the routing? I'll put it in the chat really quickly. Let's see. Okay. There is the routing information. Right there. Alright. Let's, hey, everything's up and running here. Let's hope, we have success. You're landing, watch me butter, do you see me? 767. Yep, I see you all the way over there. Excuse me. It looks like, you're just spawning in as like a generic A380 or something like that. That's what it looks like. Okay. Let's head back in here and let's get GSX up and going, because GSX is actually going to work for us now. Request boarding?
Boarding requested.
Alright. Well, now that boarding has been requested, let's get our stuff done. Casso, welcome back, my man. Alright. KBNA for Nashville, heading to Kilo Mike Sierra Yankee for New Orleans. Flight number is still Whiskey November 126. Runway, we are departing out of 2 left. Alright. Come over here to next. We are going direct from our departure to Jalar.
Pilot's boarding starting.
Oops. There's Jalar. From Jalar, we're going direct to MEI. And from there, we are hopping on our arrival. Okay, that's nice and easy. Not too crazy. We're going on a D-Rury 3 departure to Jalar, like we mentioned, and we are going in on runway 11, and we are taking the Rhythm 4 via the MEI transition. Okay, let's come over here to our legs. First thing we're going to do is get that vector right on out of here. We are going to go through here, get rid of these discontinuities.
Crew boarding
Go.
starting.
Alright, let's cycle through our flight plan. Do I have the 777-300 ER? I have the 200. I do not have the 300. Unfortunately, I did buy that Captain Sim product. Unfortunately. I did. Alright, let's go. Step through these. Alright, that's looking good. We'll activate that and execute it. Lovely. Let's come over here to our perf-init, and let's get this going. You'll be a generic model again. Letting 2C. Alright, good luck, my friend. 2 center. That was the the runway that we were supposed to land at, if you know, everything went the way it was supposed to, but it didn't.
Your crew has boarded.
At this point, that's just seeming like it's
Passengers
becoming
boarding
the name of the game. Our reserve fuel is 2.4. 5.4. Cost index is 63. Cruising altitude is 340. Cruise wind is 226 at 46. Alright, awesome. That's looking good. We'll execute that in. Let's come over here to our N1 limit. Now, we got to be a little bit careful with this one. Speaking of which, let's look at our chart and see how long our departure runway is, because that was a very, very alertful departure. Cruise 340, yes. Let's go to our chart here. We're going on the D Rory 3 to left. That runway is 7,704 feet in length. Yeah, so we're not gonna derate. We need all that power, so we're just gonna take that. We're not putting ourselves in that risky situation again. We'll go flaps 5. Get our V speeds in. Center of gravity percentage 20% even. Gives us a trim value of 5.44. That should do. Let's get our autopilot all set and ready to go now, going up to 340 like I mentioned. Our runway heading is 21 degrees. Right, V2 plus 10, 156. Here we go. Arm our auto throttle. Let's get our flight directors armed now. Set our brakes to RTO. Guessing I don't have the A319? No. No, the airplanes that I have are the CRJ 700, PMDG, 737, 700 and 800, and a few others. Let's get our squawks all set. You're aligned with the runway, nice. Good luck, my friend. Good luck, I wish the best of butters to you. Okay. Let's get our APU fired up here. It is. Let's come down here. Let's go to our PMDG setup really quickly and look at our equipment. The one thing I want to take off right away or add is this stuff here. I'm doing good. Alright. Get that all set up. HGS, I want to get rid of that because I honestly can't stand that being there. Cutoff switch, we'll get that to new, just because I prefer it. Okay. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Anything else that we might need to do in here, just while I'm thinking? No, I think... Oh, yes, actually. What am I saying? Our overhead panel. Time to get the overhead configured. We're going to get our APU generators on now. There we go. Let's get our APU bleed on. Our packs will come on as well to auto. Get our AC source up to APU gen. Get our yaw damper on. Let's get our window heats good to go. And that's looking wonderful. Get our cruising altitude all set for our pressurization panel, 340, and let's get our landing elevation, which is... Ooh, excuse me. And then we are... Airport elevation is only 4 feet, so we'll just leave that right at 0. that's looking like that is all good. Let's get our chimes on. Seatbelts will come into auto. And that's looking good. Alright. We are pretty much all set. Let's look outside here for our lovely, lovely ground crew to finish up. Looks like they are just about done. Watch me land? Nah, dude, we're finishing up our airplane right now, my friend. Go ahead and land. It's no big deal. I gotcha. I have faith in you, man. Where do you find the cost index on SimBrief? So right up on your OFP at the very tippity top. All that information on the right-hand side. You'll see your route. You'll see the names of the airports. You'll see your weather prog information. And then from there, you're going to see a column on the right-hand side that says Cruise SYS and then CI. That's your cost index right there. That's what you're looking for. All right, they have finished loading our baggage in, so that's wonderful. They are going to continue going ahead with us here. We will just wait for the passengers to finish. We got about 40 passengers left to board, and then we will be getting up and out of here. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't have any more slip-ups with a CTD, a sudden freeze, you know. I would really rather have a smooth arrival or smooth flight. Do I see you? Yep, I see you out there. 2,992 feet and descending. Alright. 156 passengers boarded. We are nearly there. Nearly finished. So let's take a look at our chart here and see exactly where we need to go with our taxi for runway 2 left. May as well be a 747-8F Atlas Air Cargo. I do have that livery, and I have that airplane, I believe. Let's see. We have to push back out into our right. Taxi across the ramp, turn left on the Tango 4. Cross runway 31. Take a right onto Kilo, left onto Bravo, and there will be 2 left. No problem, memes, no problem. Alright. It sounds like we just got finished there with our boarding. Get rid of that master caution. Put our yoke down. Let's come over here. We will come over to the menu. We'll come over to FS Actions and Ground Services. We will release the ground power unit. We will disconnect our wheel chocks. Let's look outside. Looks like these stairs are disconnecting there. And let's ask... Well, let's get our GSX ready to go. And ask them to prepare for pushback and departure. And let's come up to the overhead here. Do another glance over and see if everything looks correct.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted. Locking gear.
Alright, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. We're just having a quick conversation with my girlfriend. She's running some errands, so we were just discussing some things right there. Let's see. Pushing back, we need to go to our right. Yep, okay. Push back right, and we are ready to go. Let's get our engines running up here.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright, engine number 2 coming over to ground. Let's come over here. Start valve open, N2. Rising, N1. Rising as well. Oil pressure. There we go, rising also. Alright, let's get fuel flow going at 25% N2. There we go. Oh, over here. I had to delete my flight sim because my PC wasn't big enough. Oh, jeez. Sorry about that, OG. Landing now. Good luck, foot. I hope for a butter, my friend. Alright, sounds like we have a good start of engine number 2. Let's come over here back to our flight deck. Let's come up to engine number 1, bring that into ground. Start valve on number 1 comes open, engine number 2 closes, N2 rising, N1 rising as well, oil pressure starting to rise. Alright, and 25% N2, engage fuel flow and go to the wing.
Set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
What is that flashing? Alright. Sounds like we have a good start of engine number 1. Let's come up here, go to GSX. Let's tell them that we have good engine starts.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start.
And we will come up to our overhead panel, and we will get our engine generators on. We'll get our packs onto auto. Isolation valve will come to auto. APU bleed will come off. APU will come off. Any collision lights will go on. Taxi lights will come on. AC source goes into Gen 1. This is all looking wonderful. Okay. Wait, your Mecha Gojira? Yes.
Unlocking gear.
Flight controls test. We can start it. Actually, we can watch from the wing to see our ailerons. Go. I'm assuming the rest of this is working fine. We got flaps to 5 degrees.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Taxiing? Yeah, I see you. Taxiing at about 40, 50 knots. Alright. Imagine if you were on an airplane and they were taxiing that fast. Like in the real world. Hey, sometimes the A320 can get away from you on the ground. I don't know what it is, but you look away for 2 seconds, you're at 16 knots, you look away, look at your chart, make sure you're not going to miss your turn, and then you look up and you're at like 31 knots, and you're like, whoa, what in the world? Alright. He is walking away there. Or she is walking away. Let's release our parking brake. And let's get moving. Pushback operators yelling at you. What's this airport ground worker doing out here? Oh, it's a ground power unit. What the? Just sitting out there baking on the tarmac, my man. Who needs pushback when you have reverse thrust? Mike, I'll catch up to you eventually. Alright, sounds good, burner. Yeah, man, reverse thrust was a standard method of pushback for a while until they stopped doing it. Obviously, or for whatever reasons, I'm not clear as to why, but that was a method for quite a while. I'm sure it probably has something to do with damaging the internal parts of the engine or safety, I would imagine. What do we have there? My chart is in the way. Sorry about that. Let me see. What's that notification? Mark coming in with a subscription. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. Thank you, Mark. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the MB crew. Hope you are enjoying yourself so far. We are in the lovely PMDG 737-800. Unfortunately, we had some problems with our first go. Oh boy, not paying attention. Not paying attention. We had some problems with our first try of the 737, and yeah. Ooh, I'm getting a phone call. 2 seconds, everybody. 2 seconds. Everybody, give me 2 seconds. I need to actually pause here. My girlfriend locked herself out of the apartment and needs to get back in, so give me like a minute or two at most. All right, be right back. All right, sorry about that, folks. Like I said, she locked herself out. It's one of those things where we have a buzzer system to get let in. So if like we have visitors or whatever, they hit the buzzer and we buzz them in. And we have 2 keys to get into our apartment. One key lets us into the buzzer door. There we go. Get our camera set back up. One key lets us into the buzzer door, and another key gets us in the actual apartment. And she didn't have the key to get her in the buzzer door. So she was stuck downstairs because she accidentally took the wrong set of keys. We have 3 cars, and she grabbed the key without She grabbed the key without the buzzer door on it. She took the wrong set. Your girlfriend locked herself in a cupboard? No. Your game crashed? Aw, jeez, man, I'm sorry. If that happens to us again here, I'm going to feel very defeated. That always sucks so bad. I mean, you take so much time getting the airplane ready and prepped, and you know, especially with a study level airplane like this too. And, you know, you take so long to get everything set up and ready to go, and then it just gets taken away from you. Microsoft Flight Simulator needs to get better servers? How so? I've never really had a problem with them. Now, Microsoft Flight Simulator needs to get better with troubleshooting their problems and fixing issues that cause a crash to desktop. That is something I will say. But, you know, their servers, I think, I mean, I don't know. I've never had an issue with them. The game crashing itself, though, man, they need a health check when it comes to that. I'm not a programmer, I'm not a developer, so I mean, I really don't know. Who knows what causes these issues? I mean, maybe the technology's just not fully there yet. Maybe the way this simulator was built was a couple of years ahead of its time. That's what could be causing it. Who knows? Loading screen just took you 20 seconds. Congrats. Right, we gotta make this little sharp turn here. No, we're going to left. To left is our departure runway. Why is our airplane going so slow? Let's go, man. Damn near 35% N1, and we're crawling along at 11 knots. WTF. I'm apparently a ghost white livery for Atlas. Yeah, I have that livery too, and you're not showing up unless it's not the same one. That could be the reason why. Going slow because your girlfriend got trapped downstairs? Yeah, well, she's already all set. I went and took care of her. Went and took care of her. Alright. Ooh, a little bumpy there, my goodness. Alright. We are turning and burning, guys. Alright. Power lever is 40%. And toga.
Airspeed alive. Knots.
V1. Rotate.
Rotate. V2.
And up we
Positive
go.
rate of climb.
Gear up. Holy. A little bit of wind blowing us around for this departure. Whoa. A little windy. Alright, let's hit VNav and LNav in. Autopilot on. Alright, what a nice takeoff out of Nashville. Flaps to 1. Flap is clean now. Alright, cool. Let's get our brake set off of RTO, zoom our map out a little bit here. And up we go. This scheduled flight time on this one is about 1 hour and 23 minutes. So we'll see how we do. We will see how we do. Climbing like a rocket ship. Game crashed? Yeah, man, it's happening to a lot of people today. Something's got to be not right. Something's got to be messed up. Microsoft must have done something. Because the fact that the PMDG 737 didn't load in anymore is just another weird thing, you know. Alright, there goes 10,000 feet. Alright, we are going to level off here to allow us to accelerate some. Everybody, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button for me on this stream. I would really, really greatly appreciate it. Let's get a goal of 20 likes by the end of today. And we only need 61 more subscribers, everybody, to 750. Thanks to Mark's subscription, bringing us up to only needing 61. So absolutely beautiful. And thank you so much, everybody, for your continued support as our channel continues to grow. 750 is getting closer and closer. It seems like we are going to be hitting that in no time. So thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see here. Alright, we are reaching acceleration. Our acceleration height of about 320 knots on the ground on the climb speed. And now we are starting to climb back up. Alright. Let's see. Go external. I mean, yeah, for whatever reason, it's saying you're in an F-18, but, and then it shows you in what looks like almost like a Mooney Bravo or a Bonanza of some sort. Not exactly sure what that is. Or is that a TB? What is that? Yeah, weird. Depending on the airplane that you're in might depend why. But if I have the F-18, so I obviously don't know why it's not showing, but strange. Strange. Let's get back inside here. Still doing well on our climb. We're just about to pass through 14,000 feet. God, I hope that this flight goes smoothly, man. I really hope that we don't have a crash to desktop or a freeze up on this one, because if we do, that's just gonna kill me. Gonna make me very sad. It's going to make me very, very sad. Today feels like Sunday. Today doesn't even feel like Saturday. I'm so thrown off from just my rhythm in general. Starting my new job coming up on the 7th, thank goodness. You're gonna escort me the whole flight? Alright, man, sounds good. You have autopilot on? Nice. There goes 18,000. Get ourselves in standard altitude mode. And alright, looking lovely. I see Rycraft up there in his 747. He's at 23,000 feet. Alright, hopefully New Orleans treats us better, man. And I suppose we can get some music back up and going for us. Hopefully it will, yeah, man. Because if it happens again, guys, that's going to be it for the day. Because I'm not going to keep wasting our time and getting everything ready to go just to get told off. You know. So go this one. This one. Anyone who's a flight simmer knows the pain of a crash to desktop, man. especially when you're in descent too, and it's just, you know, if it's gonna do it in the very beginning. Do it just after takeoff. Do it halfway through cruise when you're in the middle of configuring the airplane for the next stage of flight, like your descent, and it happens. I think is really when it gets me the most. It's really when it bothers me the most, man. That's just. Here in restricted airspace. Oh, jeez, we're getting intercepted. Go land or you will shoot down the plane. Well, that's not very nice. Alright. 24,000 feet and climbing. Climbing at about 1,500 feet per minute. And let's get a look at our weather so far for New Orleans. New Orleans, currently, this was observed at 16:53, so about 33 minutes ago. Or so. Oh boy, winds coming in from the south-southeast at 21 knots, gusting up to 30. This is going to be interesting. Visibility is greater than 16 kilometers, ceiling at 4,000 feet, scattered clouds at 1,700, broken clouds at 4,000, and broken clouds at 6,000. Overcast at 25,000. No significant weather observed at this time. So this is going to be this is going to be one of those. This is going to be one of those where the auto throttle might be staying on for a significant amount of time as we prepare to arrive. And the reason why I say that is just so I'm going to have to focus on the rudder control a lot. If the wind is going to be gusting that high, we're really going to be relying on that auto throttle. You know, I almost wish that when it came to the design of this throttle or this yoke, that they put this little joystick thing on the other side. I kind of almost feel like that would have worked out better. Putting this little hat switch right here, that little joystick over here, because then I can have rudder control and control of my airplane with the left hand using my throttles, but instead it's over here on the right. You know, getting a good set of pedals, of course, will remedy that, but that costs cashola, my friends, and don't need to tell you, I gotta be good with my spending with the Christmas season coming on, so hopefully after Christmas, you know, we will be able to get a good set of pedals so we can relieve the annoyance of having to use our thumb for everything. Alright. 39 nautical miles until the top of our climb, and 359 nautical miles to go in general. Michael, slow down. No, we're cruising, man. We're going to be cruising at probably, we're saying, yeah, Mach 797, so we're almost at Mach 0.8. So we are going fast today. And of course, we do have that headwind pushing on us, direct headwind of 38 knots. It makes me a little bit concerned, though, as we start approaching New Orleans about what that wind is going to do. That wind is really going to have me concerned. Going faster than the F-11? let's hope that those winds chill out a little bit for our arrival. Okay. Well, I need to use the restroom, folks. So bear with me just a few moments while I go use the restroom. I will be right back. Alright, and guess what? I've come back to the simulator frozen again, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, we crashed again. This is... Whew. Well, remember what I said, that's gonna do it for Microsoft Flight Simulator, guys. I've had enough. I'm good. I'm good. Sorry to disappoint, but that's ridiculous. That's just absolutely ridiculous. No reason for it. Nothing should be causing it. Like, I don't understand, guys. I really don't, man. Wish I had better answers. Wish I knew the reason why the simulator just won't just work. You know what I mean? Like, why won't the simulator just work? Like, why, like, all of a sudden today we're having all these problems. In the past couple of weeks we're just having all these problems when we were perfectly fine before. Now it's just nothing but freezes. Nothing but freezes, man. And it's just so... it's so just breathtakingly painful when it happens. And the fact that it just happens so often now is just ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. And we don't even get an error now. The game just freezes and doesn't say anything. And when I check my task manager, everything's loading, everything's up and going. You know, it seems like we're all good to go. But we're not. Because if we were, we wouldn't be crashing to the desktop continuously. Man. Well, not sure what we're gonna do now, to be completely honest with you. I suppose possibly we could do some more, truck sim stuff. That's always fun. So if we're gonna do that, then I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. If we're gonna do some truck sim stuff, I'll need about 15 minutes to get a thumbnail made and get something scheduled to continue along with Truck Simulator. So alright, well everybody, give me a few minutes, give me about 15-20 minutes, and we're gonna do some truck sim. I think Flight Simulator just isn't going to be nice to us, man. Take your time, will do, man. Alright guys, don't go anywhere. Take a look on the Discord, you'll see something getting scheduled. The truck sim will not have a camera. We won't have the camera on because we are going to be using head tracking, and that requires the camera to do so, because the camera captures my head movements. So that way we can use the head tracking. So give me a few moments, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. So sorry that Flight Sim is just being an absolute PIA today. And I'll try to get it fixed. Maybe I'll completely uninstall and reinstall the entire game. It shouldn't take me that long. My internet's fast enough to be able to download it probably in about less than an hour or so. So by the time it gets downloaded and then installed, it should only take an hour. So maybe I'll do that overnight tonight or later on this afternoon. Alright everybody, give me about 10-15 minutes and we'll do some more truck sim stuff. I'll be right back.